What's up, beautiful souls? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short. We're going to tap into spirit baby energy. They have some messages, some things that they feel like you guys need some clarity and some guidance on. So we're going to hop in and see what that's about. This is a collective reading, so only take what resonates to and for you. Leave what doesn't. You're always responsible for your actions and reactions to any kind of spiritual advice you get, be it in a collective or personal. You wish to have something more centered for yourself, you can book a personal reading. Link is in the description. I actually have spirit baby readings as an option on my website already if you want messages just coming directly from the little ones straight to you. These could be babies that aren't born yet, babies that are here that are telepathically trying to send messages that maybe you're not quite getting or understanding. Any type of child energy can channel in at this moment. I'll clarify where need be as I feel what's coming in. We're going to get into dice soon. In fact, let's do dice right now because I'm feeling like we need to get the dice out of the way. I normally save dice for like near the end, but perhaps these are numbers that you need to have confirmation on right now. So we have 6, 4, another 6, 1, 20, which is 2, 3, 3, 3, and another 4. And I'm hearing 4, 3, 4. Actually, this other 6 looks like a 9. So for some of you, it may be 9, 6, 4 or 6, 9, 4. Take how it resonates. I'm going to put that there. I might move it over once we do the cards, but look these up as angel numbers. Could be someone's birthday, could be a life path number, but I was told to get those out of the way now. We're also going to get into a number deck later on. Precious moments. We're going to get into that later on. For now, I was picking up on this energy of anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, highly confused. The word confused was said so much by this collective's energy. I don't need to hear the word for another 50 years, honestly. I'm also seeing that typically where focus is easy for some of you, it's all over the place. Like let's say during meditation, because many of you meditate, you're good when something distracts you. You're good at either just, recentering your thought, getting back on track, or, just ignoring it. Like not even really being distracted by it. It's like now every little thing is distracting you. The wind blows funny is distracting. And then you focus on it. Then you get frustrated with yourself because you're focusing on it. And you're probably saying, I don't even know why this is happening right now. I don't even know why I'm in this mood, why I'm irritable. This could be you. This could be your person. Could be very irritable, frustrated, annoyed. And you're trying to figure out what's going on with them or what's going on with you internally. There's something in the past or things in the past that were pushed away, pushed down, and they're starting to resurface, coming out as this vibration that you need to cleanse and clear. So it's time to sit and ask yourself, what are my triggers? Why is this happening? And get to the bottom of it instead of focusing so much on just the problem. The problem is meant to be acknowledged. The trigger is meant to be acknowledged. And then it's, why is it there? Okay, well, how do I fix it? Okay, now let me focus on that. Let me focus on this solution. Let me focus on this resolution. Those are the 2 words that you're going to need to meditate on. Solution, resolution. Some of you are together with your person, so you're living under the same roof as they go through this roller coaster or as you go through this roller coaster, and it's creating issues with communication. To be expected, obviously, right? If a person's like cranky or just cluttered of the mind. I'm seeing cluttered spaces as well. Spirit babies are actually looking around a space, several spaces, and some of them is just clothes everywhere. It's like the person just took clothes off, laid them there, forgot about it. I'm seeing someone take off a shirt or like a t-shirt and toss it, and 2 seconds later forgot where they tossed it. So like let's say the doorbell rung and it was time to answer the door. They couldn't find the shirt that they just took off. It's not the kind of, how most people say, well, it's my mess, I know where everything is. It's not that kind of mess. It's like the type of mess reflecting what you feel internally. Everything's just everywhere and nobody knows what's going on and what's happening. I'm seeing a desk full of paper, just full of paperwork. I'm seeing arts and crafts in a corner, and on the other side it's like actual business paper, but it's like all scattered, right? And it's actually giving someone a big headache because they don't know where to start. You're used to multitasking, or your person's used to multitasking, but at this point it's just so hard to focus. You're juggling too many things. Something has to sit maybe, on the back burner for a minute while you get another thing in order, and then you slowly, it's like running around like a chicken with your head cut off is the vibe I'm getting here. I'm also picking up again on anxiety. Some of you or your person is pregnant and is creating anxieties. For some of you, it's within that pregnant partner. For others, it's like they keep thinking something's going to go wrong. They're paranoid and they're watching every move. Like, you can't walk. I'm seeing a woman wobble, and she's walking from the couch, and there's like an archway that takes you from their living room into the dining room. So the dining room table, it's like if you look off to the side from the living room couch, you can see the dining room table, and she's just walking that short little distance, and like her person's eyes are glued to her as she moves around. So even if they don't say anything, it's one thing to be cautious, right? Or to just be like, oh, I just want to make sure you're good. This person's watching like they're really nervous of something going wrong. So something's activating their anxiety. They might have dealt with anxiety as a kid. I'm hearing someone try to talk and they're stumbling on words. It's not a complete stutter. It's not like it's more like, and then and then they get frustrated and they leave the room. This is a problem. That irritability towards talking like that is because when they were younger, they had the issue. And every now and then I get people who come in through the collective like that, to the point that it'll affect my speech as well, because they're channeling in. And it's like this cotton mouth, or like I'm trying to tell you something. Oh, I couldn't get my thoughts to come through my mouth. Well, screw it. I don't talk anymore. And then they just kind of walk off. It's because probably they were teased when they were younger. I'm sensing like somebody used to be critiqued a lot. They were criticized a lot, probably by family. So now it's a bad trigger. It's a bad trigger that they need help with. They might get really snappy when this takes place. Another person is saying, I need space. I need space. Can you stop following me? I need space. I see a person following behind somebody, and they're like, but what's wrong? But what's happening? Can you talk to me? How come you can't tell me about your day? Da 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 da. Like a rapid fire just going off. And they're like, I just need you to go that way. They love you. You might, especially if you're the one that's pregnant and you're emotional right now, and your person's like, I love you, but can you go over there? You might take that a total different way, but it's because they're trying to not snap at you. They don't quite know what's going on in their own psyche right now, and they just need space. Some of you might actually be in separation for that very reason. You or your person needed space because you didn't quite know what was going on with yourself, least of all with them. And so that space was necessary. Take it how it resonates for you. Let's hop into the tarot. We could be here forever with channeling. We got Two of Earth. What was I just talking about? Multitasking. Trying to do a lot of things at once, juggling, cluttered space, cluttered mind. I'm sensing a spirit baby that's a boy right now, kind of like it's like he's taking his hand and he's rubbing over the back of one of his parents. So sometimes you may get this sensation of like a warm circular motion on your back, right near the center of the back. Right near the center. And that's them trying to be like, it's okay, calm down, it's all right, everything will be good. You can do this. You can, get things in order, but it's going to take organization. The Two of Earth in readings for me is that Kundalini energy. It's also, which is a balancing energy. That's the infinity band. So it's getting into the kind of flow that things just naturally, from the root on up to the highest chakra, it just naturally flows, right? And it stays in that consistent balance. Right now, that's not what's happening. Even though this came up in the upright position, it's like right now there's too many distractions taking place. I'm also noticing the two, looks like shooting stars up in the corner here. I'm seeing two babies, so someone might be pregnant with twins, or you have kids already. You have little ones already. And you're like chasing after them, or they're chasing after them, and then you're trying to do paperwork and you're trying to go over here. It's just too much happening. There's too much going on. They could be trying to comfort you, and you may not understand the ways they're trying to comfort you. Someone definitely has a child that's here physically, at least old enough to walk, that whenever your energy's sporadic or your person's energy gets sporadic, they wobble over to them and like stare at them. Not a weird stare. It's like, are you okay? You want to talk about it? And you might be like, oh my God, that's so cute. Oh, they know that you're not feeling well. They really do. they're really trying to like help you. Like, what's happening? Do you want my pacifier? You need a bottle? Like, they're really trying to help. Organization, really important for this energy. We have, yeah, anxiety. Someone's watching their person with a lot of anxiety, especially if you're apart, because I'm actually picking up on some type of separation anxiety. So if you needed to take a break and one of you is either with child, and or maybe you live kind of far, you're not like right where they can get to you, communication is there, maybe you talk via phone, but it's not the equivalent of just being able to come over like they want to. You or them may have had to set this boundary for your healing, but it makes them anxious, like, what's going on? It's a worried kind of anxious. It's not just a who you talking to. That's not what this is. This is like, I'm nervous that while I'm not around, something may happen or something may go off. I'm also picking up on that, the needing space part, the anxiety coming from that. It's okay to have boundaries with your partner when you need it to get your mind right. Because if your mind's not right or theirs, you can't communicate to each other. If y'all can't communicate, misunderstandings pop up, lead to unnecessary arguments, then a whole other slew of crap follows in with that. So there's definitely this need to balance out those energies and get centered. I keep feeling this, like, this rumbling feeling. It's like somebody is really anxious, really antsy. Someone else is feeling this way because they have a person around them that's criticizing them a lot. Maybe there's a relative coming over that just every time you don't want this person there, they may not want this person there. Perhaps it's like a mother figure, because I'm not picking up on like a biological parent. So perhaps someone has like they're a caretaker to a person, or they were raised by somebody else other than their parent, and it's like this individual just feels they can come and go as they please. It's either aggravating you, if you resonate with this, or it's aggravating your person, but they kind of feel like they can't just say get out, just bounce. For someone else, it's definitely irritation with people coming over uninvited. It's like somebody keeps coming over uninvited. They say, oh, I'm just going, chill out with you guys for the day. And the day turns into like a week or 2 weeks. Could be a relative of yours, could be a relative of theirs. And they might be having a hard time saying to you, I don't really want this person here right now. They don't need to be here right now. I need my space cleared. They're kind of adding to my frustrations and my anxieties. You may not, your person may have not come off to you as this when you first got together or when you first started talking. Something from their past is being triggered to resurface so they can cleanse it out. And that's what I'm feeling in this Nine of Air. It's like waking up from a deep sleep and realizing that there were a lot of things that they didn't finish healing, and now they need to heal it. I keep picking up on like healing, and they might need you to recognize that, to say to them, I realize that you have some things you need to heal, and that maybe we need to move things around in our connection a little different. Or maybe, if we're used to people always coming over, maybe people shouldn't come over as frequently. Okay, I realize that you're nervous or you're anxious during this pregnancy. It could be the person that's pregnant. Again, I keep seeing an individual watching a pregnant woman wobble around, but take it how it resonates for you. Okay, I get that your emotions are high right now. Let me help you balance them out. Let's do some breath work. Whether you're pregnant or not, breath work helps with calming you down. Perhaps also during meditation, that's what's being skipped. I feel like somebody kind of rushes through their meditations when they get frustrated, and you're not really putting in the breath work, which would help still the mind, get the body to be in alignment. Let's get into the next card. Yeah, a breakthrough definitely wants to come. I'm picking up again, this is confirmation of that, like that son energy, that little boy energy, the one that was rubbing someone's back. It's the same kind of thing. Whatever you're feeling confused about right now, or your person, whatever frustrations are coming up, there will be clarity. There is a solution, but it's important for you to be open to it. Meaning, take the word vocabulary out of just out, right? Only use it if you, like, for example, you haven't had this conversation with your partner yet, right? Okay, you have the conversation. I've been confused lately. Don't use it past that sentence. Because what's happening is when you're frustrated, or when your person's frustrated, you're saying it over and over again, and it's creating more moments of confusion because you're focusing on the problem versus solution. So they're saying, be open to the solution, Listen out for it. We're sending you signs. Again, those signs, look up these angel numbers that could be in there. They're sending you different signs to help you know in that moment what to do. But if you're so busy being, you're not going to catch it. I can say the same thing for the feeling of anxiety. You can admit that you're feeling anxious, but you don't want to live in the emotion. That's the key here. Be able to admit it, but don't live in it, and look for the way out of it, right? And once you find it, practice it, put it into practice. Balance it out. We have the moon confirming that word that we shouldn't be repeating yet again. Something's being illuminated. Again, I keep getting this sensation of something that was buried. This is an issue prior to being in your connection, or prior to even knowing about your connection, whether this is a couple that's dating, married, momentary separation. These issues have to do with before. So some of you may have, kids with somebody else prior to getting to your person, and perhaps it's tied into that, some type of anxiety or irritation from that that's just resurfacing because maybe that person popped back around to be in the kid's life. It could be a number of things. A lot of stuff's channeling in, and I want to keep these energies as focused as possible, because when you're picking up on energies that feel scattered, they start to scatter around and then you get a little bit of everything. And I want you guys to be able to take from this what you need in order to be able to progress forward. So this moon is telling me that there's some light that's going to be shined on what those hidden things were. On top of this involves some type of inner truth, confirmed with the Ace of Air energy as well, because it's success, it's clarity, it's truth. Some type of truth needs to be admitted to the self before you can even bring it up in the connection, so that it can be healed out. All right. So this is like the hearing the things you don't normally want to hear, or being able to confess the things you typically wouldn't confess because you thought you were over it. That type of energy. Like you might be saying, I'm over that person being. Look, Queen of Swords. Protection and truth is what I'm getting from that energy. As well as I'm hearing a little girl say, it's not dark here. The light's always on. It's not dark here. Someone's child might have said that. Like, it's not dark, mommy. The light's on. It's not dark. You're the light in your own darkness. So when you're feeling sad, or you're feeling depressed, or you're feeling, because again, I'm sensing mental issues that you may have not had a problem with for a long time, or just all of a sudden bubbling to the surface, either within you or your person. And your spirit children and some of your children that you have next to you are constantly feeling that and sensing it, and in those moments trying to make you feel better. Perhaps you're not understanding if they're speaking, but they're speaking baby talk, or they're speaking like a toddler would talk. You may not get just how serious and intense what they're saying is, but I'm picking up on very intuitive children. So it's like they're trying to help you. Pay attention to what you feel when they say certain things, that like, it's not dark, mommy, the light's always on. It's not dark. It's not dark. You're not alone. The light is always on. I'm here. You have your own inner light. You have, mama, papa, whatever. There's people here to comfort you. So don't feel lonely. It's pretty much like what that child's energy is trying to say, or, loose translation of what they're trying to say. Every child that's resonating with that energy is resonating for different reasons. I feel like for some, they're letting you know that they're there. Like they're physical kids that are trying to tell you, I'm here for you. For others, it's like when you admit the truth to yourself of what you're really feeling and what you really need to heal, then you illuminate that shadow, and you're able to cleanse out any parts of it that, any properties that are doing you wrong, or doesn't mean it's not for your highest good. Again, somebody has an issue with like stumbling on words. I'm picking up a woman. No, a lot of times it comes in as a guy, but I'm picking up on a woman that's doing this. She's like, this is like how she's talking. If you're her partner, whether you be masculine or feminine, if you're her partner, you have to like remind her to breathe. Real calm. Just, okay, breathe. Try again, or just say what let her get the thought out. Don't interrupt. Like, try not to cut this person off, this feminine. Try not to cut her off, because if you cut her off, and then she's over it. She don't want to talk no more. Yeah, it's okay to have boundaries, guys. Like, it's okay to say, I need time to myself. I need to figure out these thoughts. I need to know what's going on with me before I can just so easily tell you what's happening. I don't want to snap, blah, blah, blah. You get where I'm going with that. We have at the bottom of the deck the Star card. So remember I was saying someone needs to feel like you recognize what they're going through in order to heal, or part of their healing may be you coming to them and saying, I'm willing to assist you in this. That's what they're feeling and that's what they need. We're going to get into some messages from the spirit babies about your personal growth and what can help you. This could be for you, could be for your person. Okay. Take it how it resonates. And then we'll get into what they feel like the energies need to be amongst the both of you, like towards each other. And we'll get into some charms that I have sitting off to the side. Okay. Leave grudges behind. They're like, don't focus on no grudges. That, again, stuff that wasn't cleared out, needing to be cleared. Could be creating grudges, and they're like, leave those grudges behind. Could be something amongst the both of you that's resurfacing. You know, you might have been ignoring some stuff for a long time. One or two things happen, and now it's like, I'm still mad at you for that thing you did like 10 years ago, or 5 months ago, 3 weeks ago. And they're like, leave the grudges alone. Once you forgive a person, once they've proven to you that they're worthy, they've earned that forgiveness, they're not going to repeat the thing that made you kick them out or get rid of them the first time. You have to allow yourself to accept that new version of them, that new person. You can't keep seeing them as the person that ticked you off. If this is a new individual coming in and you're dealing with, you know, an ex baby daddy, baby mama, or just an ex, right? You had to deal with them and their bull, and now you're with this new person and you're being triggered by things that, honestly, it's not that they're mimicking that person. It's just that you never got rid of that other thing annoying you the first time, right? It's like, imagine your ex had a song that they liked and they listened to all the time. And now every time somebody listens to that song, you're irritable, especially when it's a person you're dating. That's a personal problem. That has nothing to do with the new person coming in, right? So it's like, stop carrying these grudges. Don't carry grudges for the people that are no longer in your life. Don't carry grudges for the people that you've either allowed back in because they've proved that they deserve to be allowed back in, or it's an individual that's trying to understand and you're holding a grudge because they don't get it right away. Could be you, could be your person, but you're being told, let it go. It's not helping you. It's bad for your energy. Let it go. Set your boundaries. And leave it at that. We hear, look at that. Apologize like you mean it. Apologize like you mean it. Be able to admit when you're the person that was wrong. You know, perhaps your individual was saying, I just need space. Can you just give me a minute? Can you just like let me be to myself? And you're stalking them around the house, trying to get them to tell you what's wrong right then and there. If it didn't work all the other times, it's not going to work then. Something I do in soul sessions, when, you know, somebody's coming in or it's a couple and they have that issue of, I want to resolve it right now though. Breathe, right? Inhale, exhale. Say to your partner, I feel like we should resolve this today, but clearly you're irritable and you need some space. How about we take an hour or two, separate rooms, or if you need to be in the same room with me, fine, but we don't have to talk about nothing. And you just can vent in your mind or out loud what's irritating you, what's going on with you. Get it off your chest. That can be the first 30 minutes, hour. Then the next part is the solution and talking to each other to see how we can help each other in that moment. Instead of talking at each other, we're now conversating with each other and fully hearing. And we don't raise our voice and we don't allow ourselves to get so irritable that we're being mean and we're calling it talking passionate. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that. It's like, well, I'm just being passionate. No, you're just being an ass. Like, relax yourself and speak the way you would want somebody to speak to you. You could say this to your partner. The way you want me to talk to you is the way I want you to talk to me. And that's with respect, not at me, not through me, but with me. So if you need an hour or two to collect your thoughts so that you can say what you need to without being irritable, so be it. And then allow them to have that. Maybe they need that second hour to be distracting themselves with like a game or what. Let them have that. But make clear, when that clock goes ding, we're going to talk. Perhaps we don't get everything resolved in that one conversation, but at least we started the process. We can get back on it the next day. I say don't go past being every other day, right? If you can't do it back to back each day because it's too much to handle, then at least make it every other day. The sooner you clear out the problem, the better. It's just a lot of, misunderstandings. And there's like this need to be playful. It's like somebody's too serious. We have commitment leads to results. That commitment to clear your mind, or their commitment to clear their mind, that commitment to clear space helps you to commit to the connection. So first, learn to commit with the inner self. Learn to commit to tasks that involve you, like cleaning up, like organizing your papers, getting into something creative. Like I said, someone had like arts and crafts stuff on their table. So maybe you need to tap into that. Like actually set a time aside that you do that. Same time, like every day or every week, same day. And you get yourself realigned by letting your creativity flow. Some of you, of course, this is going to involve, like, even if it's just, if you have a balcony, I'm seeing a balcony. If you have a balcony, just sit on your balcony. You know, getting outside and having fresh air, if you can get to a place or a park or whatever, that's cool. Some of you might have health issues where being in the heat too long is a problem, and that can be complicated if you don't have a car. Sit on your balcony for a few minutes. Just breathe some fresh air, open a window, just something to get yourself some type of atmosphere of nature. Maybe put plants in your space. I always tell you guys that, especially if you live in a city, get some plants, put some plants in your space. Maybe buy a bouquet of flowers just for, this week or two, and allow yourself to really meditate and let your energy just cleanse out with that piece of nature in your home. I can sometimes, I'll recommend people to get like even the fake flowers that look really realistic, because it can help the mind. But getting fresh air is important, even if it's just like stepping outside or on a balcony or to your front door or something like that. Building it up until you can have a cool enough day to actually go out. And do this for yourself, like do it by yourself first, and then maybe incorporate your partner. Yep, we have be one with nature. Be one with nature. Even if it means just standing on your balcony, breathing, picturing plants or trees. We have keep your den tidy. Get organized. Keep that den tidy. Clear up the space. It's getting a little, cluttered. Let's get into some spirit baby messages. We're going to be using these cards are by my lovely V from V and Crystals. I have another deck here I'm going to use, but I'm feeling like the spirit, the babies want to talk for themselves right now. So we're going to let them channel in through these cards. We're using Spirit Baby Whispers by my other soul sis, Star Soul Holistics. They say, ding, ding, we hear wedding bells. Could be another reason somebody was like panicking and freaking out and anxious. I'm actually hearing like a doorbell ring. Like someone's coming over or someone's coming back. So that could be for someone in separation. We have Mama and Papa. It's okay to have, it says have boundaries, but I'm hearing healthy boundaries. It's okay to have healthy boundaries with each other, and of course with other people. I'm hearing a child say, this may be a trigger for someone, so brace yourself for a possible trigger right now. I'm hearing an energy say, I didn't make it the first time. Don't be upset or sad if you can't carry me. You could be meant to interact with my energy another way. So this typically happens when someone might have had miscarriages or have a hard time conceiving. A lot of times you find that you'll end up with a partner that either already has kids, or you're meant to adopt and take someone else in. So you might find that if they have kids already, you love them like your own, right? But if you feel like you're incomplete because you yourself couldn't do it, they're saying no, don't feel incomplete about that. I'm still here. I'm still channeling through. You're meant to be a mommy to somebody who perhaps they lost their mother, or perhaps, you know, they didn't have the best parent, and you're here to help fulfill that need. The child doesn't have to be biologically related to you to still be a part of your soul energy and your soul family. So someone might, that could be another reason someone is very anxious or very upset about something right now, is that that's a thought or an emotion that you thought you buried. And even though it's not coming up in a way that is just saying, this is why I'm frustrated, it's the reason. And probably if you compare the way you've been acting now to the way you acted back then after you caused yourself getting over it, the anger or the frustration is probably very similar. If this isn't you, it could be your partner, right? So again, a lot of patience, a lot of healing, a lot of just recognizing the truth of what you're feeling is important here. For someone else, you could have been, your partner could be nervous because of that. They were with someone that lost a child before, and so they're very anxious. Because again, I keep seeing eyes, like watching a wobbling woman move around the house. It's another reason they may have never told you that. They may have never shared it because it was just something hard, right? Don't hold that against them. It's especially when it's a masculine. Most of the time, people don't talk about what the masculine goes through in that moment. The conversation tends to be more centered on the feminine energy, on the woman. And so it's hard to express. And that might have been a real heavy blow. And so they rather just not talk about it and ignore it than to actually say, this happened to me and that's why I'm always watching you, or quick to catch you if you look like you're going to fall or whatever, because their anxiety level is high. If it's not a former lover, it could have been a relative, maybe their mom. So if you know this, that's a big sign for you. If you know that your partner had a relative, like a mother or an aunt, when they were younger, they might have had like a really traumatic experience with that, then that's why now that you are, especially with it being like for some of you your first child, that they're so antsy. Okay, so kind of, you're gonna have to, like, forgive that paranoia a little bit and just let them know that you can talk about it, they can vent to you, and you guys can focus on what the solutions are so that they can feel more calm, more at ease. You might have to cave a little bit. Like if they say, okay, all right, it's cool walking around the house, but can you please not stand on that ladder like that? Just tell me what you need. I get it. You got to move around. You got to exercise, but you being up on a high level thing, it gets to my anxiety. It's not just them saying it because they're a new parent. They might have seen someone miscarry by falling or having some type of accident. And so now they're just like, please don't have an accident. Please don't have an accident. And you want to get them out of that, that energy, because you don't want them to possibly manifest something out of it. So you want to help them calm down, right? Could also be them saying, it's hot outside. It's hot. Somebody lives somewhere where it's really hot, and they're like, can you not, take, if you're going to go, take the car. And if you must, can you go during the time of the day where the heat's not at its highest, because they have this fear of you passing out. You might have had that issue for some of you with kids already. You might have had that issue before where you were prone to, passing out in intense heats or getting fatigued easy, and it's worrying them. So you meet them halfway, right? You don't have to be, caged in, but if calming down and talking about this and coming up with reasonable solutions helps to calm their mind, it's worth it, right? Trust me, it's worth it. Mama and Papa, your feelings of love are mutual. If you feel like your person has been ignoring you, and that's got you saying that this kind of like they don't love me, it's like they don't want to spend time with me, they just needed space. Okay, everything I've been saying this whole reading, apply it to that energy. They do love you, they just need some time. Let them have their time. Maybe you needed some time. So now that it's their turn, allow that. It could be that you may have to tell them. I'm actually hearing a song. I'm hearing Tyrese, have I told you I love you lately? Have I told you you still mean the world? Someone needs to hear that. So either it's something you need to say to your partner, or you might need to tell your partner. It's a simple, just I love you. Simple, right? Or it's a simple hug. I feel like it's things you guys used to do that just fell off when these energies started to shift, or when some type of separation happened. And maybe, they need to be reminded, let's go back to that. Let's go back to fun. I'm hearing a little one say, too stiff. You're too stiff. It's like somebody's like having like a stiff body, stiff attitude to things. And it's like, relax. don't have to be serious all the time. Relax, have fun. But someone definitely needs to hear I love you. So if you haven't said it to your partner in a while, a serious, deep look in the eye, a sincere, have I told you I love you lately? Because I do, you still mean the world to me. Okay? Look at that. Laugh, pranks, hugs, late night snacks. I'm seeing pranks being that fun energy, that go out energy, or, you know, maybe like play games around the house. Something, even especially if you have kids, like play hide and go seek or something around the house. Like do something fun and creative. That's that creative energy coming through again as well. Explore, darling. I'm hearing explore, mama, explore. So someone has a divine feminine that's creative. This could be you, could be your person, and your child is saying, get adventurous again. Go out. Have fun. They're also letting you know that this is a future energy that they're going to reflect. So that's why they want you to stay in tune with it or get in tune with it now. Because when they come, they're going to be the type of child that's very... I'm hearing in a game of truth or dare, I choose dare every time. So they're letting you know, I'm going to be a handful. You're going to need to know how to chase after me and not be so stiff. You're going to need to know how to be open-minded because I'm going to have all these kind of ideas. And you're going to need to know to be comfortable with being affectionate because I'm going to love hugs. Well, okay, kid. Okay, then. Okay, we'll take these last 3 cards and then we got to move on. We have winter baby. I'm hearing one of you has a birthday in winter, so it's possible that either your child may be born in the same month as you. Somebody's due date is wrong. They might be telling you that you're due like early November, but you're really due in December is what I'm hearing, or like January. Your due date could be off, could be because of medication that you took. Some medications can throw off your body and doctors don't know what they're looking at sometimes when that happens. So yeah, your due date may be a little off here, but somebody watching's birthday or your person's birthday, you know, this like Capricorn energy. So somebody's birthday could be like late December, early January. Another person, your child could be conceived in winter, but winter holds significant with your baby. So whether it's the month they're going to be born, the month they're conceived, again, somebody's due date is wrong. You might want to go back and like check that, or just brace yourself to possibly have your baby later than expected. For some, maybe earlier. Maybe you were told January and you'll have them in, I keep hearing December. Okay. Last 2 cards we have, I speak to you through music and dance with you too. Remember that get loose, too stiff. They're like, you're not dancing around the house like you used to. Dance around the house. I want to dance with you. We have Mama and Papa, you are perfect just the way you are. And I'm hearing Bruno Mars, just the way you are. All right, let's get into some little characteristics from these babies. I don't know why they chose so many decks. They chose so many cards. So many cards. Imaginative. Oh my gosh, come on. Daring. In a game of truth or dare, I choose dare every time. It fell by my leg. We have emotional. We have chatterbox. Somebody has a very talkative child. And another person, of course, this is your spirit baby that's very talkative. They tend to mess with devices like radios, TVs. You might find your TV's off and like the screen flashes, or your radio, it's on a good station, the frequency's fine. And all of a sudden it gets like, especially if it's like you're streaming and then all of a sudden like your stream starts glitching. Chatty spirit baby trying to talk to you, like, hey, pay me some attention. Just talk out loud to them or in your head and just be like, what's going on? What's happening? What you trying to tell me? And then pay attention to the numbers. They could send you signs through commercials on television. You minding your business and a commercial comes on and all of a sudden like the little box playing streaming music on the side starts glitching. It could be a sign of them trying to tell you something. We have June baby. Someone's baby is due in June or maybe conceived in June. December, baby. What was I just talking about? Oh, I love when they do. I love when they do that. Love it. Love, love, love. Bottom of the deck, we have affectionate. So I feel like some of these characteristics that your children are pointing out in themselves reflect in you or your person. You may find, I'm seeing a little baby girl. She's in all pink. Her mother puts a lot of pink on her. Because if you're the masculine watching, you're like, oh my gosh, she puts on so much pink. She puts a lot of pink on her. She's in the backseat of a little booster, in a booster seat. And a certain song is playing on the radio. It's a beautiful song. It could be that song, the Just the Way You Are. And like she starts to kind of like a crying face. Not because she's not happy. It's just the song is so beautiful. Be mindful of telling that child to like, oh, stop, or oh, don't cry, because they're an empath. You're seeing signs of just how empathic they are. So it's better to just help them find other ways of coping or expressing their feeling. Like, it's okay to cry, but is it crying that you really want to do right now? And if it's not crying, then maybe you should just like sing along with the song, or help them to balance out when they're picking up on emotions like that so easily. So that's why emotional came out. You or your person may also be an empath, like a strong empath. So you'll understand, if that's the case, you'll understand this very easily. If you don't have your child yet, this is a sign for you. Messages they have for you to help you within your connection. We're going to be using V's Hot Fudge deck for that. Collaborate with the one you love. Being creative with the one you love. Helping them clear their space. Helping them heal. That's all a form of coming together and collaborating. Right? So, let's see the card. This pink is standing out to me. Somebody's like favorite color is pink, and maybe that's why you dress your child in it, or they dress the child in the pink, or they will. For someone else, it's someone likes strawberries, and they associate they may have like a sheet with little pink strawberries on it. It's like a baby blanket. Listen intently to the one you love. Listen intently to the one that you love. Really listen to what they're saying. Don't just assume you know their feeling. Don't just say, I know. Show them you're listening by using other words. Like, I recognize that. I appreciate you telling me that. Like, let them see that you're actually paying attention. I get where you're coming from. That type of thing. Not just, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, honey, I know. That's not helping. It's not. It's actually aggravating to them. Perhaps this is something you need to say to your person if this is your energy. Then we have be gentle with the one you love. Especially with, again, this like paranoia, feeling like they're being criticized or whatever from the past is coming up. Is be gentle with that energy. Again, if they're kind of anxious, I'm seeing this wobbling pregnant lady again. I keep seeing like her from behind. She's like wobbling everywhere. If this is you, you might find yourself sometimes telling your partner like, oh my gosh, like I just went here. It's not a big deal. Like, okay, it was hot. I was in the car. Be gentle with them. They have a valid reason for why they feel the way they feel. It's not just them panicking because they're a new daddy, or, you know, if you're in a same-sex connection because they're a new mama, whatever the connection is. That's not why they're upset. It's not the newness. It's because of something traumatic that they may have experienced or saw before. So be gentle. Even if this could be something even they blacked out. Okay? Let's get some angel numbers, then we'll get some charms and cards from your person. We have the number 10. Angel number 10 is a message from your angels to stay positive, to trust the power of your divine guides. It's a gentle reminder to keep your thoughts and emotions pure and positive. $888. When 888 appears, it is time for you to start making changes in your life. Ooh, wow, they kind of like threw that one at me. 3. The number 3 keeps appearing everywhere. It is all about spirituality, creativity, and self-expression. The angels may use this number to show you new avenues of creativity. Remember what I was saying earlier? And threes have been very frequent, and 3 was actually on your dice right over here, 333. Okay. Messages from your person. What your person got to say to you. We're going to be using Nelsa's My Fairy Tale is Real Oracle. We just used the Precious Moments by Me Lovely Lilac and Lavender. Now we're going to use Fairy Tales and Cocktails. New deck. Of course, all the information for these cards, my loves, will be in the description. From your person, we have Loving You is My Mission. So yes, the feeling's mutual. They do love you. They just needed some time, and or their frustrations are just getting in the way of how they communicate to you. I see you when I close my eyes. Those of you who might be in separation or having, your person's going through some type of separation anxiety, they see you all the time, even when they close their eyes. For those of you who, again, you're married or dating your person and you just feel a little neglected, you're always on their mind. It's just they're having a hard time with their own self right now. It has nothing to do with you. It's their own feeling. So you just got to be a little patient with them. Woo! Another card that they kind of like almost judo chopped me with. We have, here's some truth bombs. Truth, protection, things in the dark being illuminated, truth and clarity, gaining some clarity. So there's something that they may come to you and confess to you, or that you need to confess to them, and you have to be open to receive what it is, even if it's something you told yourself you didn't want to hear. Lastly, we're going to get into some charms. I rarely use charms in collective readings, but I'm feeling compelled to start using them in collective readings. I'm hearing sucker for you. There's some truth for you. Somebody might have felt like a sucker for a while. If they messed up the connection or left without explaining, they feel like a sucker for someone else. It's like, I'm a sucker for you in a positive sense. Like, I'll do anything for you. We have bunny ears. Some type of resolution may come by next spring. For some of you, something important happened in spring. Bunnies are also about babies. And like I said, some of you are pregnant. Okay, so some of you could be having more than one child right now. Could be pregnant with twins or even triplets. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just letting you know. We have shades. The shades with the bow, I feel like it's coming from someone's daughter, a spirit baby that's a daughter. And it's like, you may not think I see, but I see. So this is someone's daughter that is with you now, born already. And you might be calling yourself trying to hide certain emotions or feelings. And she's like, you're trying to cover my eyes, but I see. I can see. I feel like it might be the little girl that was in the car, that empath, because her mother puts her in a lot of pink. And I keep seeing like a lot of pink bows. Somebody's favorite color is also pink. So even if that's not your child, that color is a huge sign for you when you see it appear out of nowhere. And I'm hearing take off the rose-colored shades. So again, truths that need to be revealed within. I'm feeling like they want me to pick something else. I'm trying to keep this from being near my mic so it's not too loud. We have... This looks like a crown, like a prince. Somebody's having a boy. Like, I'm the king of the castle. We have unicorn with dreams. I feel like that's confirmation of the star card. And I heard dreams. So someone's dreaming of a solution, dreaming of healing. This could be physical dreams, like actually laying down, sleeping and dreaming, or just saying to yourself, I really want to heal. I want to know what's wrong with me. I want to know what's going on. Why am I feeling this way? Unicorns are a huge sign right now of miracles coming in. So pay attention to your thoughts and start trying to be more mindful with your thoughts. Like, where are they going? Don't let them go to a dark place. What did the card say? Stay positive. And then we have a rainbow. And I heard rainbow bridge, but I'm also hearing somewhere over the rainbow. And look, there's 2 stars representing the divine union and healing each other. Like there's not only hope here, but there's a chance for us to get over the hurdle and get to the other side. Somewhere over the rainbow is our divine connection, our divine healing, and etc. is what I'm hearing here. My loves, that was your reading. I also just realized that the unicorn came out while there's a unicorn organite here from Wing and Bell. So unicorns and unicorn horns are a huge sign. You may have a spirit baby that sends you messages, or a kid that loves to play with unicorn or pretend to be a unicorn. But my loves, that was your reading. I pray that gave you some clarity and guidance. It took a while to get through it all. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Blessings to your unions.